So back in January, I caught wind of a manga competition, but not just any manga competition, the largest manga competition of the year, Kadokawa's World Manga event. I mean, just look at this prize pool. Oh my god. I could go back to Japan with that kind of money. Maybe finally buy that Perfect Grade Unleashed new Gundam that was just released. Maybe both? At this point, I had about 10 weeks to finish this project. Unfortunately, during this time, I was a bit winded by the amount of work that I have, and I could only finish one page a week. Do you see this thing right here? All those columns represents a page, and I have to fill all those out in a single week. Crazy. You see, I am already working as a mangaka for other authors translating their novels into manga form. Luckily, by the time I already knew about the event, I was a little bit more than halfway on developing my own one-shot, and I thought that if I could just finish this, I can at least submit something. So I planned ahead. I was thinking, if I could improve on my work pipeline, maybe I can do 3 pages a week this time. By the following week, I started to work twice as hard to finish my projects early, so I had the rest of the week to work on my own manga. But every week after that, I tried to up the production so I could just finish this story. I was barely able to finish 3 pages a week when I started, but after that, I was starting to do 4. And by the end of January, I finally finished my one-shot. 25 pages of the most exciting stories you'll ever read in your entire life. And I was 2 months ahead of the submission deadline. But then, there was a problem. You see, my one-shot ended on a cliffhanger, and I soon learned that this was something that was frowned upon. I was so devastated that I felt like my hair was about to fall off due to the stress. I now have to rewrite a lot of portions of my one-shot just to get rid of the cliffhanger and end on a complete story. I'm probably going to have to double the number of pages too. All I knew is that my manga could not end on a cliffhanger. My solution? Start another story. 8 weeks to go and I was already thinking of writing a new story. Luckily, while brainstorming, I had an idea. I already wrote stories beyond the one-shot because I originally planned this to be a few chapters long. And I noticed that chapter 4 of said story already started with an adequate introduction to our characters, and it also ends in a way that doesn't feel like it's leading to something. Chapter 4 resolves a lot of things and it sets up. I thought we could do one of those stories where we pick up on the middle of something. So that week, I rewrote the story a little bit. This did not take much effort because I thought it was already good, and I started drawing almost immediately after that. I even upped my game. In that week, I finished 5 pages. Yes, you heard me right. I'm now starting to finish 5 pages a week. This was not counting the other pages that I have to do for my clients. And I sort of started to hate it. I felt chapter 4 was a little too cliche, too shonen-ish, and I don't think this was gonna get any recognitions at all. I started to feel this way when I watched a video about last year's Kadokawa competition and their winners, and I found that all their stories were super simple, straight to the point, while mine had too many things going on with it. So I thought, alright, I'm gonna have to write a more wholesome story with just 10 to 15 pages this time. I wanted a simple story with no action, no distracting storylines that can take away from the main plot point. I also reduced the number of characters down to 2, and I wanted it to be a flashback of my main character so that I can reuse it later on my main storyline. 1 more week after that, I finished 5 pages. And yeah, I hated it again. This was just a nothing burger. It didn't really have a message, no theme, just my characters doing stuff, with no reason for you to really care. At the time, I thought it was a great idea, but looking back at it now, I think it can still be a good idea, but it will require a little bit of rewriting. Then again, I only had 6 weeks to go, and I had no choice. I thought I should just stick to my original idea, the one that ended with a cliffhanger, and stick to rewriting the damn thing. While reading my own work, I found that the cliffhanger wasn't the only problem. The pacing was a bit all over the place too. By the time I finished rewriting it, there were only 3 weeks left before the submission deadline. And I knew that I had to allot 1 week for revision. Do you see how my brain works now? I keep coming up with ideas that sound good at the time, but end up in a dumpster anyway. But again, that's not to say that I can't develop those ideas to be better over time. I'll definitely revisit them at some point in the future. At this point, I was so efficient at my work pipeline that I could pump out 5 or 6 pages a week without a problem. So I locked in. I was so in the zone. Sometimes I could not sleep. My hand wanted to just write and draw, and my brain wanted to think of new ideas. We all know where that leads, right? My unused pages that I abandoned did not go in vain, as I was able to recycle a lot of them to skip a few panels. But eventually, on the third week of March, I was able to finally finish and complete the story. Right before I hit submit, I totally forgot that I was missing something. You thought the struggle would end there, but no, 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 no. With only a few days left, I totally forgot about the cover page. I've made a few in the past, but I wasn't really happy with them at all. And my story has changed that a lot of them are no longer relevant. So I had to pull an all-nighter. Actually, 2 of them. And I came up with this. But you know my brain at this point, right? It won't let me rest. I thought it kinda sucked. But then I remember doing something like this as a fan art for Nier Automata. Big fan of the story, but I've never finished the game. And I thought I could probably do something like this. Recycle this painting to the new cover since I really didn't have any time. And yeah, I still hate it. One of my Discord members suggested to combine the two, and I came up with this. And you know what, it's not bad. I actually kinda like it now. I know I could probably do better, but I only had a few days to submit this thing. So yeah, I finally was able to submit it on the 26th of March. Fingers crossed, guys. I'm not really planning to release this story anytime soon, as I'm still trying to rewrite a few things here and there and make the story complete. Maybe when I finish volume 1, which won't be for a while, I'll definitely release this to the public. So what did I learn from this event? Number 1, trust your guts. Looking back at it now, I could have saved a lot of time just by sticking to what I already know was good and not let the opinions of others sway my decisions. Number 2, be decisive and stick to your plan. Deviate a little bit, but don't steer too far off the road you're already paving. But no regrets, you live, you learn. Number 3, pushing myself every week really improved the way I draw. I can draw faster now and therefore more efficient, and it results to a better artwork overall. I mean, look at how fast I can draw in this clip. Inhuman. Needless to say, I'll update you all what happens next. Anyways, stay tuned and like and subscribe. As always, bye-bye you!